The Federal and Thomas Hospital Puliangudi jointly present the Tenkasi Marathon 2025. This event is co-presented by Selvarani Readymades and powered by Repco Home Finance and Sriram Nalamani Yadava Educational Institutions. Run for Health on Sunday, June 29.
It's the start of a new era in Indian Test cricket as Shubman Gill is the captain for Team India and he'll be leading India into England for a 5 Test match series, the first of which starts at the Headingley in Leeds. Hello and welcome to The Federal. You're watching our special show with me, Abhijit Singh Bhambra, and alongside with me, I have our sports editor, Aprameya. Aprameya, thanks a lot for joining us. First of all, India and England has not won a Test series since 2007. A lot has changed. This is a new look Indian team. What are your expectations from Shubman Gill, the batter, and also the captain?
Abhijit, as you rightly pointed out, India has not won a series in England, a series since 2007 last time it was under Rahul Dravid's captaincy. And now this time it is going to be even more tougher because there's no Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma because two legends have retired from the format. And the new captain, Shubman Gill, new era, and new coach as well, if I could say, first England tour for Gambhir. It's a huge challenge beating England in their own backyard. And Shubman Gill will be under pressure, dual pressure, because captaincy as well as a batter as well, because he has a point to prove. It will be baptism by fire, and I'm sure Gill will be up for the challenge with the backroom support staff and the squad they have got. Let us see what happens, but I would install England as the favourites in this 5 Test series.
Absolutely. Even if you see the record of India's record in England, they have won only 9 Test matches in a rivalry that has lasted for over 8 decades, the last of which, as you rightfully pointed out, came in 2007. The last tour which India went to England, it was 2-1 at one stage. Later, when we lost the last Test match, so the Test series was drawn at 2-all. But this time, like you said, no Virat, no Rohit, no Ashwin. So, when England will be playing their baseball kind of cricket with India now, looking forward to a new era. Especially, do you think there will be extra load on someone like Jasprit Bumrah, who is expected to play only 3 Test matches?
Definitely, Abhijit, to win a Test match, no matter how many runs you score, you need to take 20 wickets. That is the criteria for winning a Test match. So bowlers win you the Test matches, and Jasprit Bumrah will be leading the attack. Everything will be on him, on his shoulders. He has to lead the attack. And as you pointed out, and as we all already know, why he didn't take up the captaincy as well, because he won't be playing all the 5 Tests. So whichever Test he plays, the start of the tour is always important. As they say, the first day sets the tone for the tour. And as you know, because you mentioned that the first Test is in Headingley, Leeds, it is not the traditional venue in the sense where the tour starts. Usually in England, it's other venues where the tour starts. But this time it's starting in Headingley, Leeds, and we should see what the conditions are on. Depending on that, it will be a huge burden on Jasprit Bumrah's shoulders. And also, the senior most player in the squad is Ravindra Jadeja at 80 Tests. So he has a huge role to play as well as an all-rounder, both as batter and bowler.
So if you take a look at India's record in England, it has only been 9 Test wins in a rivalry that has lasted for over 8 decades. And it clearly shows that India has always found it tough. But the silver lining is, the last time when India went there, the series was a drawn one. At one point of time, Virat Kohli and his men were leading the series. So that comes as a bright spot for the Shubman Gill-led side. But the most important part over here is that Jasprit Bumrah is likely to play only 3 Test matches out of 5. How do you see this scenario and also his role in this Test series?
Abhijit, as you pointed out, Jasprit Bumrah will not be playing all the 5 Tests, and it was one of the reasons why he was not handed the full-time captaincy, Test captaincy. And he will have a huge role to play. As you know, he is the number 1 bowler in the world, and it all depends on him, because to win a Test match, you need to take 20 wickets, and Bumrah has to deliver. And whether he plays the first 3 Tests or he skips the second one, or we have to wait and watch. But that support act as well, like Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna, and the senior most player in the squad, Ravindra Jadeja. he will have a huge role to play as a batter and bowler, because he's the senior most with 80 tests experience, and the next senior most is KL Rahul at 58. So talking about bowling, Jasprit Bumrah will be leading the attack, and if he sets the tone in the first test, for example, if India go on to win the first test, it will be a huge morale booster for the squad.
Absolutely. But if you see England's tactics, now let's also focus a little bit on England here. If you see England's tactics, it has been very clear that they want to play baseball kind of cricket, and the conditions in England also suits them. They tried doing the same in India, but they lost to Rohit Sharma and company. But in England, we saw what they did against Australia, even to Ashes at home. So do you think that when England batters will be going all guns blazing against this Indian attack, can Indian bowlers come and join the party?
Definitely, Abhijit. They will play only one-way baseball. They'll attack from ball one in Test cricket. They redefined the way Test cricket has been played. And as I look at it, the more they attack, the more chances for the Indian bowlers to take wickets. If they lose, if they start attacking from ball one, and if they lose 2-3 early wickets, they have to change their approach. Maybe with a player like Joe Root, is best suited for Test cricket, the traditional kind of playing the waiting game. So it all depends how India starts, and baseball will always be there in all 5 tests. As we know, England play in only one way. They don't bother about the result. If you see the World Test Championship cycle and the standings, England has never reached the final. They just want to entertain the crowd. That is their motto. And they will be playing this way only. And as I said, the more aggressive they are, maybe more chances for Indian bowlers to take the wickets. And Gambhir and co would have already had their plans how to get the wickets.
Absolutely. Gambhir and company will have their plans in place, but also let's not forget that England is playing in England. They know the conditions very well, and I would like to come to Headingley in particular. Now, the last time when India won a test match at Headingley, it was in 2002 under Saurav Ganguly's captaincy. I mean, at the start of the show, I clearly said that, the decades have gone by, the transition phase. Indian test cricket, whether one likes it or not, is in a phase of transition at this point of time. In white ball cricket, you're doing exceedingly well, but the last 2 test series, the whitewash at home against New Zealand and also losing the Border Gavaskar Trophy, how do you think India will handle this transition first and also perform at the same time, because our performances, or rather Team India's performances in red ball cricket has declined?
Definitely, Abhijit, and this is the start of the new WTC cycle as well, to 2025 to 2027, and India has to do well, because as you mentioned last time, because of whitewash at home against New Zealand and losing the Border Gavaskar Trophy series, India couldn't make the final, and it was Australia and South Africa won the title. So this is a very important series to start with. If they go down badly, hope not, so it will dent their future test series to make the final. And as you pointed out, India's white ball cricket has been amazing, T20 format and ODI. Test, we are just, as you mentioned, it's a transition phase, but it all starts here. But let us, the team will be thinking, let us forget the past, let us start fresh under Shubman Gill's captaincy with Gambhir helping him. So they'll have new plans set for the 2 years WTC cycle. Let us hope for the best. They can do well. All are talented cricketers. And with Shubman Gill, maybe he will take Virat Kohli's number 4 position. That's what we are seeing the reports from England. So let us hope they do well.
Now, England is sounding really confident. They have already announced their playing 11 well in advance, at least 2 days in advance. While in India, so what kind of combination do you see now India going up at Headingley? Because it is expected to be cloudy. It is expected that seamers will take the front role. And also with England playing 11, who do you think will be the biggest threat for Indian bowlers and batters?
For me, if you ask me about England players, the main threat would be the way Joe Root has been playing Test cricket, and I would pick Joe Root as the number 1 batter, key player. Apart from that, Oli Pope is a talented player, but he will also be under pressure because Jacob Bethel is there waiting to replace him, and Harry Brook as well. And it all depends how they start, Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett. So coming to Indian playing 11, I would see Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul opening the batting. Maybe at number 3, I'm not sure whether it will be Sai Sudarshan getting a test debut or somebody else. And I would like to see Karun Nair as well because he deserves a chance, a comeback chance, because he's done well in domestic cricket. And number 4, as we mentioned earlier, it will be Captain Shubman Gill. And I would pick Karun Nair at 5 and Rishabh Pant at 6. Then Ravindra Jadeja at 7. Then another seeming all-rounder, maybe between Nitish Kumar Reddy and or Shardul Thakur, and the rest 3 genuine fast bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah, Prasidh Krishna, and Mohammad Siraj. So it all depends on the way the batting lineup, the way we get a good start. Because Rahul is the most experienced batter. He and Jaiswal, if they get India off to a good start, it will be a morale booster for the squad. And Rishabh Pant also has an additional responsibility because he is vice captain of the team now. So he has to hope Mr. Sunil Gavaskar doesn't get a chance to again say those words, stupid, because he's a vice captain now and he plays with more responsibility. But I'm not saying that he should cut down his aggressive style of batting, but you should bat according to the situation. Sometimes rash shots do let down the team.
All right. One final question, Aprameya. India has not started well in England in the past 2 decades or so. I mean, who are your favorites? And also pick one player from each side who will make the difference.
For me, since the series is being played in England, I would pick England as the favorites. Maybe I would not predict the score line because they are the favorites, but it can go either way. And as we have been discussing, it's a transition phase for the Indian cricket team. From England, I would pick Joe Root as the key player, and also Ben Stokes, inspirational captaincy. You see, he can do wonders with both the bat and ball. And from India's point of view, I would pick number 1, nobody else, Jasprit Bumrah, and I am backing Shubman Gill to have a very good series.
Absolutely, Aprameya. Thanks a lot for your inputs. Like Aprameya said, it's a huge challenge for Shubman Gill and company because they are on their tour to England. Possibly the toughest tour after Australia. India has not done well in this last 2 decades in England. But fingers crossed, and hopefully Shubman Gill and company will manage to not just take on England, but also beat them in their backyard. Thanks a lot for watching this special till the very end. As always, like, share, and subscribe to The Federal.
The Federal and Thomas Hospital jointly present the Tenkasi Marathon 2025. This event is co-presented by Selvarani Readymades, powered by Repco Home Finance and Sriram Nallamani Yadava Educational Institutions, along with associate sponsors Treasure Island International School, Homeway Properties, PPR Power Tech, and Premium Samsung Cafe. Run for Health on Sunday, June 29. Entry is free. All are welcome.